Musical surprises. I'm going to use these songs on my shorts page on YouTube so you can hear it for yourself, because I assume that a lot of people do not know that he can sing like this. And that's why no one is requesting for these kinds of songs from them. And we need more of these songs. We need these themes, and we need songs where he really sings or gives us the attitude in the music, okay? The first musical surprise, Find a Place from Anticipation 2. This seemed like a challenge to make because we had a gorgeous song with mellow background music, and you can hear the machine drum sounds, machine claps or clicks. I'm not sure what it was, but I think it was FL Studio. But it worked. It worked because we took those mellow sounds and he added the piano, a sparkling piano sound, and it elevated the background sound, right? And we had like different voices. I felt like there was a lot of effort put into the voices to make it sound the way it does. I don't know how to explain it in musical terms, but this is what I see in my mind when I listen to it, right? He made the ordinary sounds into something so beautiful, and it felt like a challenge. That further proves my point about the musicality and how beautiful and complex it is. We had flawless vocals. His voice on the song was incredibly stunning, and it was very intentional, and I appreciate the hard work. The sound was gorgeous, and it felt like it was sparkling, yet the overall feel was mellow because of the background, right? It's like you can relax with it in your soul, but it still keeps your mind engaged so you don't fall asleep. Find a Place is just a well-made song, and all the elements just work together beautifully. There was lots of effort in the vocals because there was like 3 different voices, and it was all working together. I felt like this song you could hear the vocal talent a lot more. You could hear the exceptional vocal ability that he has. And he was talking in the beginning, which felt like that old school R&B soul music. So beautiful. So delicious. So delicious. Genres like that was made for his voice. Genres like that was made for voices like this. And the only critique here is that the sexual content, but if he switches up the lyrics and the story and deviates from the sexual content, the world will hear what I hear. And I want the world to hear what I hear. And they're not gonna hear it if it's always explicit like this, okay? Like, I don't think people can separate the voice from the lyrics and from the message. Or separate the ad-libs, or separate it like this here. So, if they can't separate those different elements in their mind, they completely miss the musical essence and the musicality and the musical anatomy of a song, because they don't like one aspect of the song, right? And it's a disservice all around. But we'll talk about this later because I have solutions again. I have solutions. The next musical surprise, Life on Mars cover. The Life on Mars cover. This is the epitome of what beautiful music is. This is everything music should sound like. This is where his voice shines the most, with just a piano. Okay, it's the most dynamic and pure vocals. I don't know what the musical term is, but I hope you understand what I mean. It's the most pure piano and vocal sound. Here is where he really showed off his voice and what it can do. And I felt like I was waiting for so many years for him to give us something like this again. It's clean, it's powerful, it's beautiful, it's crisp. Like, personally, just give us as many songs like this as possible, with different themes that speaks to our souls, that speaks to our lives, different subject matters. Like, this feels like the most natural sound for him. A piano and his voice. This feels like his core musicality. Like, his musicality is so great that even when he does covers, he does it the way he wants to, and in the way that he wants to use his voice. So they're remakes. And I talked about this previously. The Life on Mars cover. This is one of the most purest songs from him. Even though it's a cover, I could listen to like 40 songs like this back to back to back on repeat until the end of time. It would give me all the strength I need to face the Strugg life. A piano and his voice is a match made in musical heaven. There's no other way to describe this. Pianos were made to accompany voices like this. And if you have a beautiful story or poetic lyrics, this is a signature sound for him. It's like his musical joy and happiness is infectious when it's minimal instruments with his voice and he sings in the way he wants to sing, and it feels true and natural when it's like this. Anatomically, it's just a masterpiece of a combo because we're getting the most flawless sounds that fits his voice, and the powerful dynamic voice he has is on full display. It's the best of the sounds that we get from him. Like, here is where you see how much he can do with his voice. And I've never heard anyone with this voice who has so much ability, which is why he has to do covers of other people's songs in the way he wants to do it. Like a remix, not covers. It's like he's the unicorn of the unicorns and truly peerless when he shows off his voice like this. Am I the only one in the world who can hear this? Also, on Anticipation 2, there's a Marvin Gaye remake called She Needs Me. And it was spectacular. His voice shines like this. And each sound that comes from his voice is like diamonds. When it's just a piano and his voice. Like, he shines in this piano and a voice category. But again, the other songs were a bit too explicit on Anticipation 2. Life on Mars. Do you see the irony with me? It's like I'm looking in the mirror with this song. It's like, it's an African life affair to the girl with the big curly hair. I'm hooked to the music they make, talking to people who maybe don't even care. They wrote it 10 times or more. The music was a friend, but I feel as if it's nowhere to be seen. Walking through the sunken Strugg life despair, looking for a God-given dream. Waiting for my musicians to give beautiful music to me. The Life on Mars cover brought in some reviews. So there were journalists who commented on it. And I'm going to read 2 of them for you, so you can see what I'm talking about. Because I always back up what I say, right? So the reviews for Life on Mars cover. Tom Brahan in 2016 from Stereogum posted an article on the Life on Mars cover from Trey Songz. And Tom was a bit snarky in the article, and I don't like nonsense. So I blocked all the nonsense bits. But let's go through it. He says, it's Mr. Steal Your Beloved, 70s rock classic. I think that's very cute Mr. Steal Your Beloved. I think that's very cute. He says, as Complex points out, the producers of HBO's Vinyl recruited R&B lover man Trey Songz to cover Life on Mars, David Bowie's 1971 hunky-dory all-timer. It's honestly not a bad version of the song at all. On his version, Trey Songz sings over a bare piano and nothing else. He says he absolutely sings the oop out of the chorus. He goes on to say, as a pure vocal display, it's deeply impressive. What does this show us? That even people who are negative and people who are snarky cannot deny Trey Songz' God-given talent and musicality. Okay, let's read the second article. It was more pleasant and it's from Complex. The author is Edwin Nortis and it was written in 2016, published in 2016, right? It says, Trey Songz pays tribute to David Bowie with a stunning cover of Life on Mars. The 1973 record of Hunky Dory is a favorite in Bowie's catalog, and Trey does it justice with his powerful vocals that capture the essence of the original. Do you see? Do you see? I'm not the only person in the world who hears this. Okay. The next songs that were musical surprises for me was his features with Mariah Carey. So there's two songs here. It's You're Mine, in brackets Eternal, remix, and it's Inseparable. Mariah Carey and Trey Songz, it's beautiful together. It is beautiful. His lyrics were intense on Your Mine. I didn't expect that much of emotion from him, but I appreciate it. And it shows that he can write lyrics with intensity and emotion as it relates to romance within a story. And I understand the depth and I appreciate it on the song. It worked. It really did work. We need more songs with Mariah Carey and Trey Songz. I'm also thinking Adele and Trey Songz. We need romance and powerful love stories within those collaborations, right? I feel like Mr. Songz and Mariah Carey and maybe even Adele are a vocal match. I truly think that. I truly believe that. He should make like albums with them, with these kinds of sounds. You shouldn't divorce emotion from here. Like the emotion should be really present when he does songs with Mariah Carey and Adele if he wants to, because they are vocal matches. They are vocal matches. The music they would create would be out of this world. Truly. The next musical surprise, it's Only You. The song Only You. It's In the Valley by the Independents. That's where it comes from. And it's called Only You. It is a very older song. So I don't know which collection of songs this comes from, but it found me. I feel like his voice belongs on this kind of music. And we need so much more of this. It was romantic and realistic. And his voice here was impeccable. These are the kind of stories that I'm asking for. These are the kind of stories I'm asking for. Okay. The next musical surprise. All I Had. Told you when I started, all I had was $1. I did a lip sync video and I pinned this on my Instagram profile because I could feel the confidence, the attitude, and it wasn't fake. It's very real. It was the same top of the world mentality, to the top of the world mentality. Like, I always want to be this excited for the music. Always. This was such an exciting song because I didn't hear him rap for a while, and then he released this. Or did he release this? I found this somewhere. And it's also for us at the bottom. It gave us confidence again, to the top of the world attitude again. Yeah, that was a musical surprise. The next musical surprise, top of the world. Top of the world. That was a musical surprise. I didn't expect for us to get this song, and I am grateful to have gotten this song. This was for us at the bottom of the world, and it was globally appealing, even though they wrote from their perspective only. And for the first time in a long time, we saw the underdog mindset. We saw the revolutionary thing again. So that revolutionary thing we saw in him in the beginning may still be there. It just doesn't come across in the music too much anymore. And we saw compassion for us at the bottom. Okay. I told you earlier, like, a lot of us have resentment for where we come from. It's just where we come from and everything we come from and everything that comes with it creates brokenness inside. And compassion is not the first response when you think of where you come from. It's resentment, right? But he's the example. And if he has compassion for where he comes from, we should have it too, and we should do this too. And remove all of the resentment and replace it with compassion. Like, I felt like this song was a great global community song. And we need a lot more of this from him. Like, we need more of this, Dr. Taylor. Because Ubuntu is dead. And we are individualized because of the high violence and crime and the low quality of humans. Which is why I'm forced to be antisocial. Because there's no one you can trust in the world, okay? So show us that it's nice to have a community. Show us that maybe it's nice to look out for each other. Because we don't see the value in it now at all. Anyway. This was the last time they talked to us at the bottom of the world. It was from their perspective, but they did show compassion. But this was the last time we saw the underdog mentality for us globally. And this was the last time that they talked to us on a song. And if there was no video, I would not have found it. Like, I'm grateful for the song, but this was the last time that he talked to us. This was the last time that he talked to us. And it was for us at the bottom of the world. And it's like kind of rude that this was the last time that he talked to us. It's kind of rude. And like, the song was so long ago and they didn't say anything to us in the music for so long. I'm complaining. Okay, let's move on. You know, the funny thing is that the songs that I hear, that I talked about, that are not on Anticipation 2, they would have probably put these songs on Anticipation 2, the mixtape, if they could. I was also going to include Blind from, I think it was Passion, Pain and Pleasure, but we'll talk about that later.